Okay. So I guess guys we should just start our today's session, and then whoever has to join, so they can join, or in the next session I can give you to again a little introduction about the stuff that we will talk about today. So basically guys, here at Inters Learn, what we are going to do is that we are going to master a full stack website development course, where guys we are going to learn how we can create beautiful websites, not only their front end part but also their back end part, how we can link a website with how we can link a website's front end and back end, and how we can create a complete website with its both front end and back end. In the front end guys, we have different things like we have user interfaces, we have user experiences, and in the backend we have got databases, database creation, database setup, and also the other qualities of backend. And this is what we are going to all learn, a full stack development. Now I will give you all an introduction. What do we need for it? First of all, let me know guys if I'm perfectly audible to everyone. If it is that way, please give me a thumbs up, and if you all are ready, just give me a thumbs up and then we can start. Okay, I can also start sharing my screen and tell you all in paints that what is it all going to be like. You can quickly guys give me a thumbs up whoever is perfectly audible to me. Sumit Yadav, if you have question you can let me know. And thanks Prithni and Suhani. Okay, thank you everyone, thank you Rohit. Okay, great of you all guys. So that means I'm perfectly audible, that's very great. So guys, basically what were we going to do, I already explained to you all. So also guys, when whatever language we are learning, or whether we are working with a perfect, a complete framework, or just a part of a framework like a front end or a back end or even a full stack development, whether whatever it's like an app development, whether it's game development, whether it's video editing, whatever spatial skills it is, we always need guys a place where we code, or a place where we use our skills. If we are talking about a video editing stuff, then we need an editor. Same way, if we are using something, if we are learning coding and all, a full stack development course or a front and back end, we always guys need a perfect code editor while you write your code. So editor is the place where you write code and you see the output, and then you get to know that you see your output and all. That's basically the place where you start building things, and also and where remains your whole files extra. So for that guys, I know that all of you are now from here going to be with me in this whole journey of starting learning the full stack development. So each time guys, whatever coding language we are going to pick, we need a special code editor for it, where we write our coding lines and we see each thing. Okay, so for that guys, my personal this will be for you, a suggestion will be for you all, that you download a code editor named as Visual Studios Code, because it's said to be one of the best code editors, and as it's also beginner friendly, which means that you don't need to write much of the syntaxes from yourself. Even if you get paused at anywhere, you don't know what to do with something, it will offer you solutions to it. Even if you give some syntax wrong, it will correct you. And even guys, if you don't want to use a lot of things over there, you can just enter a shortcut and you will get a most help out of it. And as I personally guys will be using Visual Studio Code, so I hope that you will also, after each session, you will also be guys trying this out from yourself, that you are going on Visual Studio Code, and I can also send you those files every time after the session. You have a look at it, and you go in your Visual Studio Code, you open these files, and you see every element that we learned in the class today, and you practice new elements of the same kind at that day on your Visual Studio Code and see the output. So this way, guys, things will be very clear to you all. Even if I can, solve you if you have any doubts and you couldn't solve them, you can send me the doubt. I can solve on Visual Studio Code, so it will be more easy if you are on the Visual Studio Code just like me. So we call it Visual Studio Code, and some people call it VS Code. It's up to you, whatever is perfect for you. So in order to download it, guys, you just need to go on your browser. And here, let me first of all start sharing my screen. This will be more correct. Okay, so here, guys, I have started sharing my screen. The first step after our today's session that you all are going to do is simply go in your browser. This is the first step of learning. You are going to search here for download Visual Studio Code. Visual Studios Code. Here is the Visual Studio Code, or you can write it as VS Code. So then on the first link that will appear, you just have to guys click on the download. There is no proper setup. You just have to download it, guys. Click on finish install. That's how you are done with downloading VS Code. You don't have to do a lot of stuff, just like you do in other code editors. Visual Studio Code is very perfect, easy for everyone. It's very beginner friendly. You don't need to do a lot of setup. If you are using a Linux, you just download it for respectively browser or respectively system. If you are using an Apple Mac device, you should download it from here. If you are using a Windows, then you will click here on the Windows, and then guys, you can simply download it. For now, I'm not going to do it myself because I have already installed it, so I don't need to do anything. But I am first of all just guiding you what do we need to do. This was the first step, guys, downloading Visual Studio's Code. This is the link from where you will download this code editor. Here I'm copying the link, I'm pasting it in the message box as well. I am even pinning it. You guys can see we have pinned it, and now whoever wants to download it, just click on that link in the message box and you will go in there, download it, and you are properly done with it. Okay. So this was guys how you will first this was the first step how you are going to download the Visual Studio's code. Now the next step guys is a folder where you are creating your all of your coding files that we are going to learn. So you will do Windows. I'm here and this is my desktop here. And let me keep Chrome browser over there. That's fine. Here guys at the desktop you are going to create a new folder. Just guys here wait click right click on the new. It's up to you guys whatever PC you are working respectively you will work with the options. At the end of the day you have to create a new folder. That's what we want to do. And as this is November now, so I will name it as November batch. As you guys might be able to see that there are some batches, like October batch adds for the past batches that we have covered in our sessions that are also the same way. And this is guys the scratch folder over here that we will create from here. This is the November batch. So we have created a folder, and now what do we need? These were the two steps. Number one, download your code editor. Number second, create a new folder where you are going to work. You can name your folder whatever you want. It's not like come with this like you just only name it November batch. It's up to you whatever you want. It's a dynamic thing. So here guys, now in the folder what you are going to do, the next step from here is to right click again and click on show more option. So here guys you have to find for an option as open with VS code that you have just downloaded. You have downloaded a code editor and you want to open this folder with the help of that code editor. If it doesn't come appear here directly, click on show more option, and then you can see here open with code and you can directly open it from here. And this is your new folder, and this is the Visual Studio's code. And from here you can create new files, and I will let you know about each option here. You don't worry about anything. This was just the basic that guys how we create a folder and open that with the help of Visual Studio's code. And I hope guys that this thing was clear. Now some error can be with you guys because we are all using different PCs. Sometimes while creating a new folder, you might not get the open with VS Code directly here or even after the show more option. So for them guys, you don't need to do a lot of things. Just directly open your Visual Studio's code wherever it's present. So you just need to click on it, just run it, and you guys can see that you have perfectly opened your Visual Studio's code. And here guys, you can create a new folder by clicking on these files path here. Let me maximize here, or you can even press this Control Shift E. I'm pressing Control Shift E, and this is how you can create a new folder. Here you open a new folder that you want to, where you want to work with. Just like I created that November folder just now, that's empty. In the desktop, I will search here for the November, search desktop, NOVEM, November. You can see guys that I can open it directly from here and start working in it. So it's the same way. I have given you all options, all things. However, you can, open your folder with the help of Visual Studio's code, with the help of the code editor. So I hope this thing was easy. And this is the link guide from where you have to get your VS code. And this is the VS code structure over here. Now in it guys, the first thing, this file, this option here is for creating a new file. This is for creating a new folder. So this is here guys for the refresh. And this is for, if you're copying pasting folders using multi windows, etc. You just need to don't know about, you just, you don't need to just go in each detail right now. Just be sure that you only learn the things that you have to deal with. So here guys, I'm going to create a new file, and our first file is going to be introduction. And in the introduction guys today, because it's all about introduction in our today's session, we are not guys going to do any coding stuff in our today's session. We are just going to know about how this whole thing is, going to be. So in the introduction guys, let me now tell you that what's it all going to be like. So first of all guys, we are mastering this course, which is full stack website development. And what does that mean? That means full stack means a combination of both front end and back end. Now I will give the example of both. What does front end mean and what does back end mean? So front end is there, front end development, and then there is back end development. So front end development, guys, means the development of a website that a user deals with, that he sees at the front page. As you guys can see that I am right now at a website, meet.google.com. And you can see, guys, this is my front end here, that I can paste some things over here. I can see you all. I can see your microphones. Even if you open your cameras, I can see your pictures and all. And here I can see these buttons. I can mute myself. I can unmute myself. I can start sharing screen. I can even leave this call with this button, and I can draw things over here. And this whole thing, guys, here is front end development. Front end development in short way is the face of a website which a user deals with. So I have to always deal with the front end. This is the Visual Studio's code website. This is all its front end. Now in the front end, guys, we have two other things. In the front end, we have UI and UX. And UI means, guys, user interface. It means user interface. And UX stands for, guys, user experience. Now, what is user interface and what is user experience? User interface, guys, is in the front end, that the whole interface of a website that a user can see. Right now, I can see different buttons over here. I can see different profile colors at the back. I can see the white container here. I can see the blue link appearing here. I can see this blue box over here. I can see the gray buttons from here. I can see the red button. I can see whatever I am drawing. This whole thing here, guys, is the front end UI, the user interface, the interface that a user deals with. So in our batch, in our whole course, we are going to learn about how we can create beautiful, beautiful user interfaces. Even though we are going to take our cycles at the point where I will be choosing any website for you all, and you will be creating it from the start to end with your own skills, and you will be able to do it. And also, me personally would be creating the as you might have heard it already, those the replicant of the website that we create, or clones we call them, the same type of website. Like we can pick a big website, like a popular website like Flipkart, Apple.com, Netflix.com, whatever website you think is one of the hardest. At the end, we will be creating, not at the end of the course, at the end of the front end development, because we are going to learn all of them step by step. So we are going to create beautiful website layouts, extra, and this is just giving you the mind mapping of where we are going to take all of these things. And then this was, guys, user interface, that we are going to learn how do we create beautiful interfaces. And then when we talk about UX, which stands for user experience, and user experience, guys, mean how a user experiences on our website, like how does he feel on our website, because it's not always only about the interface, it's also about the experience. And here, guys, I gave you the example of user interface, and if I give you the example of user experience, let me tell you that now. So you can see here, guys, that everything is fine. Okay, all right. And you can see, guys, here are little things. What are they? Suppose if I hover my pointer on the mute button, you can see that its background color is changing to some else color. You can see that, first of all, it's completely dark. When I'm hovering on it, it changed to gray. And same way, you can see, guys, that when I'm hovering on it, I get this video setting over it. I get this button as well, and you can see that it also get changed its background to a little shade of gray. And this blue button also changed its shade. This red button also changes, but that might not be perfectly visible to you all, because you just need to pay enough attention at there. And you can see, guys, let me see what, okay, stop presenting. You can see at the stop presenting button as well, it is changing its shade. Now I will show you other website where you can perfectly see the shade is changing. Like you can see, guys, or this button, the shade is changing extra. So this is, guys, the UX. That means how a user feels on our website. Even though, guys, right now you see that I'm speaking to you all, and you all can listen to me, whatever the things that I am saying, guys, you all are able to listen to that. But you can see still there are things that actually don't need to be there, but they still are there. Like what is that? You can see, guys, that my profile picture is over there, and you can see those vibration animations going around it, which means that actually, guys, the main work of this website is that I should be able to talk to you all, and you should be able to listen to me. But still, we are getting those vibrations so that it looks like, that I am audible. I should know myself that, I am speaking, because the vibrations are happening over there. Even this little box, you can see the blue box of white vibrations. You can see it has no work over there, guys. Mainly you need to, so we just need to interact with each other. I am saying something, you are hearing over there because of your computer speakers and all. But the other things that we get, like the blue border here, the vibrations over here, the animation here, all of these things are secondary. They are not a part of UX. Sorry, they are not a part of UI. They are the part of UX, the user experience. This is for the purpose that I should personally feel, whoever comes on this website, whoever should speak, they should feel, that the website is alive, that we are talking to something, we are like, doing something, that we are interacting with something, we are interacting with the live website. The website is speaking to us. We can perfectly see our things happening over there. Suppose I say, if I send a message, you can see if this typewriter does not work like this, if this was not blinking here, then it will be very cheap UX. As you can see in your minds, that if this here typewriter won't appear here, then I would have directly to write something, and I might not have even guessed that I have to write something over there. Same way, send a message happens over here. I can write something, and then only you can see, guys, when I wrote nothing in the message, when I wrote nothing in the message, this button here is grayed out. When I wrote here, hey, this green button, this gray button had changed its color to blue. You can see it was gray, it changed itself to blue. And how does it do that? Just by entering something, we did something here, and it changed its color to here, this green. And also it got a background on hover. When we hover on it, it gets a circular background. And this part is also, guys, related to the UX, the user experience, how the user should feel when he comes on a website. So this is also, guys, a part of UX, the user experience. And companies, guys, invest billions if you know, create their best user experience. And why is that? Because they need to increase their CTRs and all, and the click-through rates of the ads, the click-through rates of their e-commerce websites. Because you see, guys, you can note that if you create a website whose user experience is good, the more the good user experiences, the more customers will stay on their website, the more they will go on ordering things, and the more they will generate their revenue, and the more they have profit, the more they will give you too. Okay, they will also give you money for creating their best user experiences. So we are going to learn in our whole journey how do we create these beautiful user interfaces and how do we create these beautiful user experiences. So this user experience and user interface both are the part of front end. The front end face, the face of a website to which user deals. So we are going to talk about it all. And now, guys, what are the languages? Because we are all going to do it with coding, custom coded. Because if you say someone that will create a website for you, but also, guys, excluding coding, there are other ways to create a website as well, which you might feel today in our today's world. You can say something, see someone saying that okay, let's create a website from other parts. Like we can create a website from WordPress, we can create a website from Wix.com. There are different platforms that can provide you a website. But the same website that will be charged 5K on WordPress, the same website is here with custom coded. It can be charged up to 30,000, 40,000. Because custom coded is diverse, it has its own features. It is something from the start, and custom coding in itself is a great thing, guys, because you are doing something from the scratch. You are using no third party tool. You are using full security. You are creating something from your own values. Okay. You are not getting help from any other website, any third party tools. You are not using third party plugins. You are using whatever you want from the start, whatever options you want, whatever things you want to cancel. So all of diverse things happen in custom coding. That's why, guys, we choose custom coding for our learning rather than any cheap platform or anything. So, guys, in our front end development, what languages are we going to master? Okay, so that we can create these beautiful UI and UXs. So those languages are, guys, HTML, CSS, and JS, which stands for JavaScript. HTML, guys, the first language stands for hypertext markup language. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. JS stands for JavaScript. Okay, now what are these three languages? The first language, guys, that we talk about is HTML. It is one of the easiest language, and this language stands for creating structures. Structures. So this language, guys, helps us create structures. Then CSS is other language that helps us, guys, to style the HTML or the structures. Then, guys, we again have a third language, which is JS, JavaScript. And JavaScript in itself, guys, helps you to style, not to style. It helps you to build logics. And also, I would like to compare a website to a human body or a car in the paint. You can see, guys, so that you can moreover know it. Suppose, guys, we are comparing a perfect website. Here is a perfect website, and I am comparing this website the same way to a person, to a human. So I am going to tell you that how will this all look like. So the first thing, guys, in a human is its structure. Okay. So I'm very bad at paint, but let me just create it any way that I could. Okay. So you can see, guys, there is a human. I guess human will be too wrong. Let's create a little car over here. So suppose, guys, I have created here a car. Okay, just a second, guys. Here. So this is, guys, a little car here, and I am creating its tires at straw. This is its one, and this is the second it has, and this is a little car over here. Okay. Now, guys, what happens is that let's compare this car to our website. So the first thing, guys, that happens in a car, or is included in a car, is its body. The body of the material that it has, whether it's a silver, whether it's this iron extra, it's steel extra, whatever the components of a car are made with, that's the structure. And in structure, guys, you design a car. Okay, you design how a car looks like extra. You design those things in the structure. So, guys, that structure part can be compared to the HTML. So you just create a basic structure. If I even go on the Google, okay, and search for car structures, you guys can see that this is basically the structure of a car. This is the structure, and this is the structure. So this is like the HTML of a website, the basic structure where you say that there should be window, there should be seats, there should be tires, there should be engine, there should be steering, there should be the dicky extra, whatever you call it. Okay, and this is, guys, also the structure you can see. the road, the tire, the engine adds to the vehicle framework and adds to whatever things you can see in there. This is the structure. And after we have created a structure, we just need to style it moreover. And in order to style, guys, we can compare that styling to the CSS language, because CSS is the language that helps you to style those structures that you have created with the help of HTML. And also, CSS is nothing without HTML, because HTML offers you the elements, the structures. Then, with the help of CSS, you can style them moreover. And now, guys, if this car has both the styling, if this car has both the styling, let me just give it a red color so that it looks stylish. Let me the tires give a yellow color. Now it looks stylish. So this is a stylish color, car now. But if now the car has perfect body, it has perfect styling, but still one thing is missing. And what is that thing? That thing is, guys, it's basic working. That it should connect to the engine. It should start the gears. It should be, it should get started. It should move on the accelerator. Add it should stop on the brake. So all of these things that are the logics of a car. Without those logics, this car is nothing. And that's, if we compare that part to our website, that's the JS of our website, the JavaScript. And JavaScript language is also known as the brain of a website, because it offers those things. It offers the logic building. It offers the logics to our website. And if I now, this was the car example, if I quickly jump to the human example. In a human, guys, we have seen that he has bones. He, she, everyone. We have got bones. And those bones, guys, are the structure of a human. And those can be compared as HTML. Then they get a muscle, they get muscles, and the more muscles they look pretty good. And with the hair extra, with jawlines extra, there are different features in a person that make them attractive. And all of those features can be compared to CSS, that can be set like the CSS of a person. And then if a person has perfect structure, perfect styling, but he doesn't know what to do, he doesn't know when to eat, when to sleep extra, he doesn't like, he can't do anything, he can't think anything. So that whole thing, guys, will be a problem for this person. And if he like is without brain, that's how what a website is without JavaScript. If he has got structures and styling, so that's why again JavaScript is like the brain of a website. Without JavaScript, a website is nothing. Just styling and that, and the elements and the structures. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, guys, these three languages. Okay, these are the three languages, guys, that help you with the in the front end. And then, guys, we have the backend development. So in backend development, guys, we have only two things. Just in front end, we had UI and UX. Now in the backend, we have two things. What are they? So in the backend development, guys, we have two things: PHP and MySQL. So PHP is the language for the backend, and MySQL is for the language for the databases, where we create beautiful databases, and with the help of PHP, we connect them together. And in these, in backend, we are going to learn these two languages. In front end, we are going to learn these three languages. In total, we are going to master HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and MySQL, and this is the whole coding full stack that we are going to master in all our full session. And this was all about it. I hope it was clear to you all. Now, what are we going to do in our next session? Whenever our next session will be, guys, you will be all informed. And in there, we are going to start with the courses, with the lectures of HTML. Then after we finish HTML, we are going to connect CSS. Then in the middle of it, we are going to create big projects, the clones, etc., and creating random websites, looking at if we can actually create them. And you also will be getting assignments in the meantime while we are learning these things. And you will be also from your side getting well at your skills. Then later we learn JavaScript. Then we combine HTML, CSS, JavaScript together, create projects. Then we learn backend development, create projects with PHP, MySQL. Then at the end, we continue, we collect HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, MySQL, all five languages together, whole full stack development, and create a great project. And that's how we give a perfect ending to our whole session. And yet we have not started, guys. And from the next session, we are going to start. This was all about introduction. You have to just download Visual Studio Code, set up the things, keep in mind what we are going to learn. And I hope this was enough for you all. Now is the time for you guys to ask if you have got any questions. Okay. From my side, guys, this was all about the introduction of the things. So quickly, guys, I'm waiting for you all. Please let me know about your questions and queries. Anyone should start, can start, whoever has questions about how this all is going to be, or about a random question at any place that I just told you about front end, back end, or whatever. You can just quickly let me know in the message box. I will read it and tell you. Even if you're comfortable in speaking, you can open your microphones as well and talk to me, and I will solve your doubts. So quickly, guys, whoever has any questions, come on, guys. So there are different people today, guys.
Sir,
Okay.
what front end we will be using, sir?
Yes, Kelly. Yes, you can please let me know again. I did
Sir,
not.
what front end? What front end
So
we will be using, sir?
unfortunately, you are not actually audible to me for some reason. Please write your doubt in the message box, okay, so that I can perfectly know what you are actually talking about over there. And if anyone else also has got any questions, they can write in the message box till then. And also, what's your name? Califatus. Okay. What front end web? What front end web will be using? So front end is not like a web; it's like a part of a website. So we are just creating it with the help of these languages. That is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's what how we are going to create the front end of a website. If there are any more questions from your side, from any other person, like Sumit is there, Shobika, Prithi, there are a lot of people, all of you guys, I'm speaking to you all, Rohit Kumar, Sohani, Sumit, V, Nantha, Bharti. Whoever has any questions, just let me know, guys, quickly. Okay. All to all. Okay, Sumit Yadav. No, sir, all clear today. Oh, great, Sumit. Then everything is clear. That's great. Very well. So whoever guys is are today's things clear, they can give me a quick thumbs up reaction so that I can know that these things have remained clear to you all. And rest we will be just waiting for 1 minute because someone might have questions. So those people guys to which this all poll is clear, like Afshin Mirza, great. Rohit Kumar, fine, very well. Kalifas, fine. Okay, to all of people, guys, I guess like 11 are present and I got like 9, 10 reactions. So I guess everything to everyone is clear then. So basically, guys, so this was all about our today's session. Okay. So thanks everyone, and we are going to meet soon in our next session. Whenever it will be, you will be all informed about that. And in our next session, we are going to start learning with our first language HTML, then starting the CSS, then the JavaScript, and then the backend extra where you start it all one by one. So till then, guys, I also should give you all my phone number here, and this is my personal number. Here I have sent you in the message box. If you have got any queries, whether today, whether while we are learning different things, you can just text me on my WhatsApp number, and there we can talk more about these doubts or whatever your questions can be. Further, guys, after the session, don't forget to download VS Code because that is the most important thing that you all have to do. Okay, that's where we start learning extra. So uh, that was all about our today's session, guys. We will meet soon in our next session. So take care, you all. And here our today's session ends. Okay. So take care, all. Bye bye. See you all soon. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Okay. So bye, guys. You may leave.
ஃபுல்லாகவே வந்து பசங்களுக்கு டேக் கேர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஆல்சோ வந்து இதை வந்து ஓகே சொன்னதுக்கு வந்து பெரிய விஷயம். ஏன்னா இவங்க கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம பண்ணுறது வந்து ஈஸி கிடையாது. அண்ட் கன்வின்ஸ் ஆகிட்டு அவங்க அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து ஐ திங்க் அது இது ரியல் அதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டேட் வந்து 350 சம்திங் வரும் போல இதே மாதிரி வந்து 800 சம்திங் அந்த மாதிரி நாங்கள் அவங்களே டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு அவங்களே வந்து கொண்டு வராங்க. அதுக்கு ஓவரால் ஒரு செம்ம எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸாக இருந்துச்சு.